my good old friend Mohan Guru Swamiji, Dilip Reddy Garu. Actually, I should say all Reddy Garus on the dais. They all are Reddy. So all Reddy Garus on the dais. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to start by remembering two people. First, the lady after whom this auditorium is named, the Indira Priyadarshini Auditorium. Indira Gandhi was India's first and last Prime Minister to take environment as a passion. It was not a political issue for her, it was an issue of passion for her. And throughout her life, we make, we think of Indira Gandhi as the politician, but she actually never wanted to be a politician. She wanted to be a naturalist. She was a bird watcher. She was a passionate wildlife lover. She was a child of the mountains. And she felt most comfortable in the company of nature. And it's very appropriate that we are releasing this book in an auditorium named after Indira Gandhi, Indira Priyadarshini. The second person I want to remember is Jayapal Reddy Garu. Because Jayapal Reddy never understood why I was so bothered about the environment. He always used to call me and say, Jairamji, you know, this obsession you have for the environment is too much. He and I never agreed. But I'm so happy that in the last book that Jayapal Reddy Garu wrote, 10 Ideologies, he devoted one chapter to environmentalism. And I called him when the book was released. He sent me a copy of the book, and I said, Jayapal Garu, you have converted. You are now beginning to take environment seriously. So he said, you know, I'm a student of Marx, I'm a student of Nehru, I'm a student of Rajaji. None of them, for them, environment was not a big issue. For them, it was imperialism, development, economic growth, socialism. But I am now beginning to understand that you cannot have growth without environmentalism. So this last book, in many ways, shows the distance Jayapal Reddy Garu traveled. He was a man of strong opinions, but as strongly he spoke, as patiently he listened. That was his greatness. He spoke forcefully, but listened deeply. And you could argue with him. And he was urban development minister in 2009. I was environment minister. And I went to see him. And I said, Jayapal Garu, I need a favor from you. He said, what can I do for you? I said, I need to build a new office for the Ministry of Environment. Because this office of the Ministry of Environment is the most environment unfriendly building. And I want to build India's most environment friendly building. And I want 2.5 acres of land. So he says, 2.5 acres of land, very difficult. That too in Lutyens, Delhi. How can I give you 2.5 acres of land? If I give it to you, 20 people will come and want it. So I said, well, you know, Jayapal, I want to ensure that this building gets built, and I want to call it Indira Paryavaran Bhavan. So he said, in that case, I will sign the file right now. He called for the file, he signed the file, and today, those of you who may, I don't know how many of you have seen the office of the Ministry of Environment and Forests. It is India's greenest building. And as you enter the office, as you enter the ministry, you will be greeted with an ancient Sanskrit saying, part of which I saw written here on the wall. Prakriti Rakshati Rakshataha. Prakriti Rakshati Rakshataha. Nature protects those who protect it. This was Indira Gandhi's favorite quotation. And I saw somewhere written here, Vriksho Rakshati Rakshataha. It was, the original was Prakriti Rakshati Rakshataha. So I want to remember these two great people who are intimately associated with today's program. Now, when Mr. Lakshman Reddy and Mrs. Lakshman Reddy came to see me, I was delighted because, as Mohan mentioned, we know about the Western Ghats. We talk about the Himalayas. We talk about Aravalis. We are concerned about Shivaliks. We are worried about Sundarbans. We are worried about Northeast. But Eastern Ghats, nobody even knows, let alone concerned about. There are reasons for this. It's a very fragmented landscape. There are demographic pressures much more on the Eastern Ghats than on the Western Ghats. In fact, Mrs. Lakshman Reddy said, Jal, Jungle, Jameen और जानवर, but पांचवा ज भी है, जल, जंगल, जमीन, जानवर और जन. जन के बिना कोई नहीं होता, कुछ नहीं होता. So we should not forget the fifth j. The fifth j, jan, you and me, are both the problem and the solution. We create the problem and we have to find the solution. So Eastern Ghats is a special ecosystem. At the first time I became aware of the Eastern Ghats after I became minister was when the bauxite mining issue came up in Arku Valley. And I spent a couple of days in Arku Valley. Then I met my friend Tulsi Rao Garu. And after that, I became interested and much more aware. I have to admit, I too was more worried about Western Ghats and Himalayas and Sundarbans rather than the Eastern Ghats. But we started to take some initiatives. Bauxite mining, I think there is a moratorium now on bauxite mining. India's largest tiger reserve was created. And lot of such small measures got taken. But I think this is the first time that I have seen a systematic report on the Eastern Ghats. And I want to congratulate Lakshman Reddy ji and Mrs. Lakshman Reddy and all her colleagues, all their colleagues, for this labor of love. It really is an education, and I am sure this report will do to the Eastern Ghats what the Ghatgil Committee report did for the Western Ghats. And now that I am chairman, I'm no longer minister, but I'm chairman of the Standing Committee on Environment and Forests, I have promised Lakshman Reddy ji that we will take up the Eastern Ghats for intensive study, just as we have studied Western Ghats. And now a notification is being issued by the Ministry of Environment for protection of the Western Ghats. Just as we have studied the Himalayan ecosystem, we should now, the time is right now for concrete actions on the Eastern Ghats, for which we will have to bring Odisha, Andhra, Telangana, Karnataka, and Tamil Nadu on board. It's going to be a difficult exercise. However, in the next couple of months, I would like to assure you that the Standing Committee will take this report on board very seriously, and we will try to come up with certain recommendations for the government to implement for the protection, restoration, and regeneration of the Eastern Ghat ecosystem.